Day News Africa, of course, Simon Ateba, to talk to us more on this. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Well, what are your thoughts about the presidential debate which saw the flag bearers of the APC and the PDP absent?
Thank you for having me. It's 4:10 p.m. here in Washington, D.C. Unfortunately, I didn't watch the debate because I was exhausted by Atiku Abubakar's visit to Washington, D.C. on Thursday and Friday. And so I couldn't watch the debate. I know that Atiku didn't attend. He gave the reason. I also know that the President Muhammadu Buhari couldn't attend because he was busy. He also gave his reason. So I didn't watch the debate, but I was busy. I'd been busy on Thursday and Friday trying to know what Atiku Abubakar came to Washington, D.C. to do, his agenda and all the rest.
All right. All right, now the People's Democratic Party candidate Atiku Abubakar returned from what many have said was a successful outing to the United States to be part of the debate, but left when it became obvious that the APC's presidential candidate and incumbent was not going to be part of it. What's your take on this?
I mean, Atiku wanted to really debate President Buhari, and as he said in his statement, he wouldn't debate when President Buhari is not there. Atiku sees himself as the main opponent to President Buhari, even though there are several candidates who would be participating in the presidential election next month. So Atiku feels it's almost a waste of his time to be participating in a debate where his main opponent is not present.
All right, could you tell us about the outcome of Atiku's outing in the U.S.? You were there.
Yeah, so I know that Atiku said his outing here in Washington, D.C., the American capital, was very successful, but I don't think it was really very successful. I think that I can describe it as a very strange visit. First of all, you know, many people were not aware. The information came very late that he was coming to Washington, D.C. Atiku landed in Washington, D.C. here around 3 p.m. And the same day, he went to have a meeting with congressman from New Jersey at the Congress. And he was already late because it's winter here and the night started around 5 p.m. So I don't think it was really a successful visit. There were many things that were strange. First of all, Atiku avoided the media. I and my senior videographer, Emmanuel Ikodo, we had to track him down everywhere he went, and we were lied upon. I remember calling his spokesman in Abuja and his media guy who came with him here in Washington, D.C., including his son Adamu, who was with him here, and even his son Mohammed Atiku, who was in Abuja. And they kept lying to us. They said the visit was private and he didn't want to talk to the media. But we did everything. We tracked down Atiku when he went to the State Department. It was a closed session, so we couldn't really do much. We tracked down Atiku when he went to Voice of America, and he wouldn't really talk to us. He did everything possible to avoid the media. He didn't have any press briefing here with any international or Nigerian media here.
All right, if you let me come in, the pictures we see you in the pictures with Atiku, and you tell us that you couldn't track him down?
No, I did track him down, but it was difficult. They lied to me. For instance, when Atiku went to Voice of America and I will ask his spokesman, his media team, where is Atiku going now? Do we send me to another location? And I will use sources to know exactly where he's going. And when he came out from Voice of America, they tracked me so they can escape. But we were focused and I did everything. And if you see some of those pictures, I'm being restrained. Someone is holding my hand. So I tracked him. I did everything to talk to him because I wanted to have a sit-down interview with him. I understand that if you want to be Nigerian president, you need to take questions. And we had tough question to ask him, and we asked for a sit-down interview, and
All right.
his media team refused, and it was really hard for us to even track him.
All right, Simon, let me come in here, ask you this before we go. The federal government has again alluded to corruption charges against former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. And of course, people are saying this is a witch hunt. Is it enough to allege? What next, if indeed they think he has a case to answer?
No, I mean, if Atiku is not enough to say that Atiku is corrupt, you need to bring evidence. And I think one of the things I did successfully here was to come to the US. Before then, most people, especially some members of the All Progressive Congress, said that Atiku Abubakar could not come to the US. He came and he left. But so I think if Atiku has question to answer, he can't be now. He's going to send the wrong message. He will look like witch hunt. And already the U.S. government, some of the officials I talked to are not really happy that there's a feeling that the opposition is being witch hunt. There's a feeling that the Chief Justice of Nigeria is being unfairly also tried. And so it's giving the wrong impression to the international community, especially to the Trump administration, that the Buhari government is witch hunting the opposition. But I think that if you say that someone is corrupt, you should be able to present evidence.
All right. Simon Ateba, publisher, Today News Africa. That's a good place to leave it. Many thanks indeed for talking to us on TVC News Hour.